We seem to be having a pattern right now. Miss, strike, strike, miss, strike, strike, miss, strike, strike. I do know that we got to dig in, so this is going to be a good one. The kids out there that don't know anything, there was a show called ESPN Classic. It was a TV channel that was on ESPN Classic.
As he starts into his push away, back in 2010, he lowers down, kind of rolls the ball, pushes the ball straight. We go over here in 2018. We'll see that the elbow stays outside the bowling ball at the start. And he rolls it in a little bit tighter. So we got a little better alignment here as opposed to alignment here. You'll see this one's more towards the center. You can see that this one's kind of in front of his knee. This one's going to be just slightly outside his knee. As he starts to take it back, he knows that this one here in 2018 is going to come straighter back. This one here is going to pop out a little bit. So as he takes it back, this one's in a straighter line going back as opposed to back to 2010, going outside his shoulder. Then he will load up ball position here. Now here we look at it, and you can look at the 2018 versus 2010. So if I take the ball, alignment here versus the 2018, you notice that it's in line with his right eye. Slight difference. Very, very slight from the center of that ball, but in a much better position here in 2018 versus 2010. As he drops the ball down into the swing, this one comes more right underneath his eyes, good alignment. Again, same here, great player back in 2010, but this position is much stronger. Notice that alignment that we had coming into the release with the shoulder. Notice how he had to change direction here to get it inside. And a lot of that had to do right from the very start. He got outside and he pushed it in. But he's definitely better, I think, now in 2018, being 8 years older, physical game, much more fluid, much more efficient. But let's take a couple of things that Tommy does quite well that we use as an example quite often here at the ITRC for the training. Now we want to make sure that this is a lower body sport, that you use your lower body. So I want you to watch this foot right here, this right foot. As he drives into the finish, you notice that the heel is leading to the left. But right now, watch how quickly the heel will switch and the toe will rotate clockwise, and it allows him to roll his hip. Notice that hip. Notice his right hip is able to drive through with the ball. This enables him to use his lower body strength to help the hand action on the ball and to get more power at the release. And it's all because of this trailing foot. You'll notice that the heel goes to get clearance for the ball as it drops, and as he rolls his toe, it lets that hip stay stable and follow and clears that gap for the ball. Where you'll see a lot of players, they will have their heel leading and it will continue leading over here to the left, and it will take this hip with it. And that causes the lower body to rotate clockwise while the upper body is trying to go counterclockwise, will lead to errant shots. We're seeing it on some of our younger players as well. Watch this bowling shoulder. and right there, the collapse. He's letting the shoulder drop through the shot, and he continues his follow through straight through the shot, but he lets the shoulder. This is contrary to a lot of times in the past. People say keep your bowling shoulder up. You don't want to keep your bowling shoulder. You want to keep your bowling shoulder relaxed and down, and if you can let it collapse right there at the release, it's going to give you a better flat spot, and it's going to help increase those RPMs. It has that great drop shoulder at the release, but I want you to watch one thing that you want to help your players have consistency of their launch angles. As he comes into the finish, you're going to see that bowling shoulder like we just described. It's going to drop, collapse, right? Notice the elbow's bent and loaded, and then everything just collapses. But notice that he comes straight through the ball. A lot of times you'll see a lot of players hand will start going over here to the left. They kind of slap through the ball sideways. What's really good is the shoulder is loaded, elbow's loaded. He lets everything collapse, get straight, and comes straight through the shot.